All right, welcome back to the channel. We are Radical Bros Gaming as always, and you can see we're doing something different. We're gonna do some Monday Funday stuff, a little different than our playthroughs. So we're gonna do a little tier list for y'all. We have all the starters, as you can see, and we're gonna rank them. Here we go.
I mean,
well,
as you guys know, this is going to be the 100% definitive list. No one else's tier lists really matter. This is the number one list. So take this as like a gospel. So.
This is the tier list of the starters. As you can see, their colors don't vary that much, so we're not going to base them on colors, but we are going to have some opinions about these little creatures. So let's start with the Gen 1 starters, because those are, I think those are maybe my personal, some of my favorite, I don't want to say my personal favorites, but some of my personal favorites, just for nostalgia's sake, because that's where it all started for me. And for you, as far as I can remember.
Yeah, sure. So I guess we'll start with the good old little froggy dinosaur boy.
The seed back dinosaur boy. Bulbasaur, he's okay. His design's pretty good. I think his colors could be a little bit better. It's just all green, on green, and then green some more.
I mean, I will say this specific picture doesn't do him as much justice. He is a little more of a bluish green than this particular picture says, but.
And I like the stance that I like his pose a little bit better in some other poses. It seems more dynamic. They're all just kind of standing here. But that being said, I'm thinking if we take into consideration his moveset and stats and stuff like that, we could do that quickly. I would say he's a B tier.
I was thinking B, you know, for Bulbasaur. It's that easy.
Yeah. He's the boy, the Bulbasaur, the bad boy, Bulbasaur, B tier. All right, Charmander. Now, he's adorable. His voice is awesome.
True.
He's got a flame on his tail that if it goes out, he'll die.
Yeah, but I think that docks some points right there. You can't just have the kill switch so easily available. He's not going to survive.
I mean, if he just stays out of the rain, he probably will. I mean,
it's not easy to do.
It is if you're I mean, I guess you'd think, yeah, but like in the anime, he's not really living in caves like you'd think he would be, since he's a fucking lizard tail with a fire tail. Like, he'd be living in caves. He wouldn't be living out in the grass and getting wet. He'd be in a cave. So, I don't know. That being said, he's awesome, and it's one of the best lines of evolution lines in the whole series, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I'd still give him an A.
I was like, yeah. I'd probably go with A. I feel like he's a little overrated just with how much stuff his line has gotten, and people like really love him, and I like him, but he's definitely not, when I go and sit down to do a Gen 1 playthrough, he's not my go-to. He's not the one that I'm like, I want to play as Charmander.
I'll pick Squirtle before him for sure.
Speaking of which, I don't think we need to discuss much.
Yeah, he's the number one.
He's good turtle boy. He eventually gets
turns into an
right cannons.
Yeah,
the cannon boy. So.
Right, but he's got one of the best middle evolutions of all Pokemon in my opinion.
Wartortle is
He's
awesome. Got
that fucking Super Mario Brothers like Koopa Troopa, like Koopa Kids vibe with his weird ears and his fucking sick tail. Yeah, he's great. It's a great line. He's S tier for sure. For sure.
He's the best of the Gen 1s by far.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can't stop a cannon tortoise. You just can't do it. You just can't.
Squirtle Squad.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think everyone loves Squirtle. I don't. If you are listening or watching and you disagree with me, you're wrong.
That's just facts.
Squirtle is the number one.
Yeah.
He is the best, the cutest, makes his voice is amazing. They did everything right with Squirtle. All right. I think we said it.
I think people understand.
Now
we like Squirtle.
Now from S tier to easily one of my least favorites. In Chikorita.
I don't hate Chikorita as much as everyone else. I do think it's a very underwhelming in the stats department. I did always love how early it learned Razor Leaf, but that's kind of just coming off the back of Gen 1 that they didn't have
Gen 1
moves back then. So learning Razor Leaf so early was just like a godsend when I was playing the games. I was like, oh, I get to attack people in this game. So
exactly. And that being said, his design, Chikorita's design is terrible. It's just lazy in my opinion, and it doesn't get better. Like, it kind of just gets more. It doesn't change enough. It kind of looks the same all the way through. It does, if I remember correctly, have a pretty good shiny color variant.
I don't recall it shiny.
But other than that, I think it's lackluster. And I would probably say D tier for me personally, because I don't like the Mon so much, but I could see it living in a C tier also.
I could see it in either one of these. We can go with D for right now, and maybe once we talk about some others, we'll get more fondness for Chikorita. I will say, I think it's one of the only starter lines where the middle evolution is the best of all three of their lines. All three of Chikorita, because Bayleaf is kind of cool. Meganium sucks. Chikorita's okay.
Well, and the name Bayleaf is kind of is a clever play on words, and I'll give him some points for that, but still not anywhere near the top.
All right.
All right.
Let's talk about the Cyndaquil.
Cyndaquil. So here are my thoughts on Cyndaquil. In the beginning, Cyndaquil was sick.
Yeah.
But now the illustrations of him are always without fire on his back.
Right.
Which I don't understand that move.
Other than
I don't understand
in the newest iteration of him, he's pretty good. He's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the ghost Cyndaquil. That's cool. Or the ghost Typhlosion is sick, but it's a good design. It's a decent Pokemon. I do not like Quilava.
Okay.
As far as the middle evolution.
I don't fully understand the Cyndaquil, the way that they look like throughout the evolution.
Yeah.
Because the way his like snout is, it's very long and pointed, and then you kind of get away from that and it turns into like a badger instead of this like
instead of an
porcupine,
anteater situation,
like anteater thing. Yeah, so that always confused me,
which I didn't understand, because there is Heatmore, which is just an even worse design of Cyndaquil, but that's not what we're talking about. Cyndaquil, I think he lives in the C tier for me.
I was gonna say
he's
probably
okay.
C.
He's okay. And I think we're gonna find a theme with the blue boys, though.
I was also thinking
for the
that.
most part.
Put him
He's
on up.
the cruncher. He was the number one. He had the fucking butt of all butt. He had the alligator butt in Gen 3, right? Was that a Gen 3 sprite?
Yes. Yeah, Gen 3.
Yeah. If you don't know what we're talking about, look up the Gen 3 back sprite of Feraligatr, and you'll see some juicy cheeks.
He's got him.
And he's great. The coloration's good. It's almost identical to Squirtle, but he's got a little red on his tail. He's got less of that tan color going on, and he's a pretty dynamic little dude, and I love him. He's S tier all the way.
Yeah, he's a nice little crocodile boy, and he does it well.
All right, so Gen 3 starters. I bet a lot of people have a lot of opinions about Gen 3 starters.
Yeah.
And I'm among those people. Why can't I remember his name?
Trico.
What do you think about Trico?
I mean, I'm not super fond of him, but he's definitely one of the grass starters that I like more. I've never been a big grass starter person. Like, I just never really gravitate towards them. But Trico, I like Trico. I like Sceptile. Grovile's okay, but I do like that he's a little like lizard boy. That gets some points.
I do like Sceptile. I like that it looks like a natural evolution. Like,
yeah,
you can tell that this is the same Mon and that this is what it should look like when it evolves. And so I think it gets a few points like that. Again, color. I think the coloration is better than Bulbasaur.
I do like the red, and I like the yellow eyes. I like the weird kind of cat-like lizard eyes. Those are done well.
I'd probably put him.
I'd say B. B would be.
Yeah, I'd go B tier probably. I think that's fair. All right, now Torchic. It's one of my favorites.
Torchic's pretty good.
Hilarious that it has 1 foot, or seems like it has 1 foot.
You can see in this one, there's a little.
It technically
little
has
one
a
poking
second
out.
hidden, but it's usually standing on 1 foot, which is great.
Yeah.
Blaziken is among my probably top 15 favorite Mon of all the Mons.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a good boy. I'll put it A tier.
Yeah, I'd say A. This is so Gen 3 was the first generation that I moved away from water starters, and I chose Torchic because I knew Blaziken would be really awesome, and it's just a really solid design. It's a cute little chick, and
yeah. And we had no idea. I don't want to speak for you, but I didn't realize until he evolved that he was going to be a sick fighter, like a fighting and fire Mon, because I think this was before the internet was so widely available to just check out what every Mon is going to do. And I was like, oh shit, he's kicking he's sky uppercutting stuff. That's what I want him to do. He's doing sick shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's a good Mon.
all right. So I guess we'll move on to Mudkip.
Now, I think this is my least favorite water starter so far.
I could agree with so far, but I still enjoy Mudkip.
Yeah, he's not bad, but I would never put him in an S tier for sure.
Right.
I don't even think I put him in A tier. As far as, I mean, his typing is kind of bad at the end. He's just bulky water, but he just one blade of grass and he's over. It's over for him.
I'd say in the competitive scene, people would disagree with that. People say that like water ground is the best typing in the game.
Perhaps, but for what we do for the playthroughs, I don't know. I never loved him, and I think I picked him 1 out of the 6 or 7 times I played Gen 3.
He's definitely arguably the best starter for a Gen 3 playthrough. That's not exactly what we're trying to discuss here. This is kind of just personal feelings on it.
Well, and I mean, his design's pretty good. Marsh Stomp is a terrible design.
Yeah, Marsh Stomp's looks great.
Looks ridiculous.
I like Swampert a lot, though.
Swampert is nice. I like his design, and some of the, I know this isn't really part of it, but some of the newer cards that have Marsh Stomp on them, their illustrations are kind of sick, and he's not bad. I would put him C+ tier.
I was thinking around here.
I mean, so I could say B tier for him. He's not bad. I'd choose him, but not above Torchic though.
Right. He's not bad. He's not spectacular, but he's a solid Mon.
Yeah. Turtwig, 1. Good points for the name. I love that name. Turtwig, great. It's a good name. His design is interesting. Again, the middle evolution kind of is terrible.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he has bushes.
Yeah, and then there's just a tortoise with a tree, a full-on tree on his back, right?
Right.
which is okay. It's just kind of lazy. But I get what I get what they're doing. He's a twig, he's a bushes, and then he's a tree. Yeah, that's fine. Not my personal favorite.
Yeah.
What do you think about him?
Yeah, I am a little partial to turtles. I don't know why. I just have always enjoyed turtles. But I would say he's probably around the B or C. So I could definitely lean the C tier.
Yeah, I think C is appropriate for Turtwig. We're blazing through Gen 4.
We got Fire Monkey.
Now Gen 4, I really enjoyed Gen 4 a lot, and I loved the Gen 4 starters. I think I like all of the Gen 4 starters more than almost as much as Gen 1 starters. I think. And Chimchar, that's a good boy right there.
Chimchar's really good.
That's a good mon. They took all of the best design points of Charmander and turned it into a monkey.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
And more dynamic. I am almost inclined to put Chimchar into S tier because Monferno is not a bad mon, and Infernape is awesome. It looks like a goddamn Mega Man X villain.
Yeah.
Fucking boss. I would say A+ or S in my opinion.
Yeah, I can agree with that. He's definitely, if you're just doing a Diamond and Pearl run, having one of the only like 2 fire types is a bonus.
It's good.
And then Fire and Fighting wasn't overdone yet. It was only the second iteration. So yeah,
it was a good typing.
I can agree with that.
And he got some sick moves, and he was a good glass cannon for me. I loved.
Really fast, split offense and special, or physical and special, and it was good. All right, so let's get to the last of our Gen 4 boys, the Penguin.
Penguin, I like him. I don't think he's tops, but except for Empoleon. Empoleon's name is awesome.
Empoleon.
His design is great. His typing is one of the best typings in the game, I think.
Yeah, Steel on a starter is ridiculous. It's so good.
Water Steel, just the sheer bulk of this mon is great. Yeah. Now, that being said, the design of the starter himself isn't all that great. It's like a mix between a penguin and a puffin, it looks like. And it's just not, it just doesn't wow me. I'll put it somewhere in B or C tier for me personally.
See, I'm
leaning towards B just because I like Empoleon a lot.
I've always been very partial to Piplup. He's the one that I choose for my playthroughs, so I've always loved his line. I would always say he's a solid A tier mod.
You think he's A tier? I mean,
I just love penguins. So that's.
I like penguins. I like penguins too. I don't think I love them.
We can put him in B though, because it's you're saying B, C, I'm saying A, so we can figure a solid B. He's among good company.
He'll be B for now.
Yeah, he's with good company.
Yeah, he's not in the D tier with old Chikorita looking fucking terrible.
That being said, Chikorita may have some company pretty soon. I don't know about you, but this Gen 5...
You hate Snivy?
I don't like Snivy at all. I don't like the fact that he loses his limbs when he evolves.
I do. I like that, because he's a goddamn snake. Okay, so we're going to be split here on Snivy. I don't love him, but I don't dislike him. And I mean, gut reaction is he's a C tier for me, because he's not terrible, because... what's it called? Superior? What's his last evolution?
You know, I never cared enough to learn him. I just never want to see this mod.
All right, put him in D tier for you.
Oh. I don't like him. He's a waste.
I mean, I think I played him one time in Black. I think I just played through one time with him.
I will
and it's not
preface this whole thing. I've never played Gen 5. I skipped over Gen 5
we need to
entirely.
remedy that.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorites.
We can play it on we'll play it live. We'll do it.
Yeah. I did a Nuzlocke in White 2, and that was a mistake because 1, that game is long as shit, and 2, I never played White 2, and I was like, I'll just try Nuzlocke for myself for fun, and that was not a fun time. It was a rage-inducing time. But Tepig is a good Pokemon.
I like Tepig.
And Emboar is great. I like what they did. They made him cute and accessible, and he's got a little bandit mask, and he turns into this fat, awesome pig guy. Yeah, I like him. I would give him strong B to A vibes for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably A vibes. Probably A vibes for me.
I could say A. You can definitely see we have a theme where we kind of like the water and fire starters, and grass is not broken the B tier yet.
Yeah, but the thing is, the grass Pokemon starters are always boring. Like, they never. I mean, as a kid, would you rather play with grass or squirt each other with super soakers of water or set shit on fire? Like, I mean, they're marketing it to like 10-year-olds, and they're just gonna like grass creatures that you could. I don't know. It just makes no sense. Yes, it makes sense to me that grass is in our lower tiers, and anyone who disagrees with us, you're wrong. So, sorry.
That being said, maybe some foreshadowing, but there may be a Grassmon coming up here that I'm gonna fight pretty hard for that S or A tier, but we'll come to that later. Next is
Ocelot.
Whatever Ocelot is supposed to be.
Yeah, I don't like Ocelot. Yeah, I don't like him.
I
don't like him. I don't like Dewott. I don't like Samurai.
Yeah.
I like the dark version of Samurai.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm putting him in C or D even, because he's kind of useless.
Yeah, I was gonna say C. He's just like, he exists.
Meh.
He's there.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't have any hate towards him. I don't have any like love towards him. He just kind of exists.
Yeah, not a fan. Oh, we're moving pretty quick.
Gen 6.
Now, okay, this is gonna be probably an unpopular opinion. I don't like Gen 6 starters really at all. Froakie is the exception because of Pokemon Unite.
That's fair. I'd say definitely from what I've heard, that's not an unpopular opinion. People really only like Greninja from Gen 6, and then they forget about...
I mean, Chespin is terrible. It's a terrible Pokemon. It's ugly. It doesn't do anything, and it turns into a worse, uglier Pokemon.
I was gonna say, I don't mind Chespin. It's evolutions that are so dreadful. So Chespin just kind of exists to me. I kind of like that he has a weird hat on. That's kind of cool.
He does kind of have a cute hat going on. I mean, C is an okay allocation for him. I would go maybe even D for me, but I think C's fine.
We can put him in C and kind of.
Yeah, because I mean, none of them are the worst Pokemon that exist. None of their designs are the worst designs or anything, but
they're just kind of forgettable.
Middle of the pack.
This is just a normal ass fox with hairy ears.
I don't like it. Some people really love this Pokemon, and I'm not one of them. No. I'm not among those people. I would put it probably in a D tier.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, because it's just not cool. It does kind of have that cool wizard thing at the end, but meh.
But it's not done well. That's the thing. It's like this. It's like this fox with like furry robes and like a stick.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. I would put the base form well above its final evolution that just looks like a weird like
Yeah.
caricature.
Anthropomorphic
Yeah.
fox that doesn't do anything and just waving a stick. Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan of that mon at all.
No,
All right,
no,
Froggy,
Frog
you
Boy.
know where to go. You're an A boy at least.
Yeah, I'd agree. He's a
He's not among the likes of Squirtle or Totodile, not at all.
No.
But he's close, and that's why I think A. Because again, Greninja is sick. I just pulled a Radiant Greninja card from the newer set of cards, and it's beautiful. Yeah, I think A is great.
all right. I guess we're moving on to Gen 7.
Again, I think Game Freak has decided to give up on Startermon, at least for the last couple gens. This newest gen coming out, we'll see what it looks good so far. But man, I love owls. I have 2 owl tattoos on my body, and I still don't like this Pokemon.
You like Rowlet?
No,
I like him. I like his little bow tie.
like a C like him or like a B like him, because he's forgettable to me. I would be okay with him being a C tier mod, but if you have an argument for him to being a B tier, I will entertain that.
It's hard for me to say. The only experience I have with Rowlet, because Gen 7 is also a generation I skipped. I skipped 5, I skipped 7. I have the experience with Rowlet from Arceus. And I like him. I like the Pokemon.
Yeah,
He was just
and Arceus is good.
worthless. He wasn't good. He didn't like. Part of that's because of the move pool that they gave Decidueye. But be that as it may, he wasn't good. I really like the round owl with the bow tie. I'm a little fond of just the little guy, but I could see him being in a C tier. I personally would probably put him in B if it was just me, but since this is our combined kind of analysis, a C is fine. You gave up a little bit for this abomination here, so I can drop Rowlet down a little for you.
Yeah, I think C's okay. I mean, Decidueye, I like it more now that I'm remembering what it is.
Yeah.
And yeah. And the cards that I've gotten recently are kind of informing my opinion, just because a lot of mine is like how they look.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think C is fair.
That's a cat.
Yeah. I mean, I like cats in general. I just don't think his design is very good.
Yeah, it's just one of those. It's just a cat. Like they're like, hey, we'll make a cat, and they're like, are you gonna do anything with it? They're like, no, it's a cat. Like, okay.
And it's called Litten, right?
Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah, don't call it Litten. It sounds stupid.
I'm hovering around the CD.
I think C's fair. It's not terrible. It's not the worst mon on here by far. It's no Chikorita. Let's get that
Yeah,
straight.
it's not Chikorita.
If anyone has anything to say about that, you can meet me outside.
Like,
I will slap you.
Or just move him off the screen.
He's the worst of all the starters by far.
He's no good.
By far. He's not only is the starter design terrible, abysmal design, but it gets worse and worse.
I'd say
Primarina is the worst design of any starter, I think.
the one saving grace is the fact that it becomes a fairy type, and fairy types are broken.
Yeah.
But I just I don't even want to use it. I don't care if
I
it
tried
would
it.
actually be good.
No, I used it one time, and I was just like, no, I hate this Pokemon. It's terrible.
He's living his best life down there.
Yeah, he could be alone forever for all I care. All right, we're getting back into some good ones, guys. We're coming back strong at the end.
Yeah,
all right.
Gen 8 was a nice surprise. I
kind of a banger
I
of
like
starters.
I do enjoy all these starters.
Yeah.
Let's start off with
but
Grookey.
Grookey,
He's
a good boy.
He's an S tier for me.
For me, I would say an A tier, but I know how partial you are to Grookey, and I can concede the S tier for him. He's adorable. Great. He only gets more sick, and he becomes a bongo playing. Grass monkey.
Here's the way that I will describe him. So he's a monkey. He becomes a giant gorilla. That reminds me of a Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and he plays drums.
Yeah.
All I'm hearing are wins there. That's just 100%. So.
Yeah, I actually didn't use him at all because I've only played this gen one time. So if I did another playthrough, I would choose Grookey and probably love it.
It's great. Like the first move you get, he just takes a stick and just stabs people with it. That's the entire move. I mean, he just sticks you with the stick.
It's pretty good.
So.
Oh well. Here's a rabbit, guys.
He's a rabbit.
I like him again because of Pokemon Unite. I really like his evolution line. He's cool. He's a footballer. His final evolution's very like a little bit lazy to me. I would put him in a B tier if I'm being honest.
I was thinking around B. He's I don't know. There's something about Cinderace that is a little off-putting, but not terrible. I don't hate him.
Yeah, I don't hate him. I think he's B tier. All right, we're at the end, guys. And Sobble, what do you think about Sobble?
It's definitely my least favorite of the three. I do like him. I like his design. He's a nice little lizard boy, and all he does is cry. And then his final evolution shoots you from a tower, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I do like Inteleon, right?
Yeah.
Inteleon, yeah. I do like the evolution. Again, I can't help but keep going back to some of the cards that I've recently gotten in the Astral Radiance set. And there's one illustration of him. There's like a waterfall pouring on him, and he's like concentrating like Naruto, and he's just crying. So I'm a little bit partial to him as far as that goes, but I would put him C tier.
Or C+. I was thinking like C or B, because I don't know. He may be my least favorite.
I like him as much as the rabbit.
I was like, he's very close to the rabbit, in my opinion.
So we were pretty generous with the middle tiers, looks like. Obviously, our C tier is absolutely correct. Our S tier, I mean, sorry, when I say C tier, our S tier is absolutely correct. And I think A tier is solid choices. Yeah, this is the list.
Yeah, this is
our tier list.
Definitive tier list of, starters.
If you disagree, you can fight it out with us in the comments if you want, because I will die on this hill. I'll do it. I don't care. If you think Popplio deserves anything but to be erased from Game Freak's memories and from the servers or whatever, everything that they have done can go away because they created Popplio.
Does have a nice little nose though.
Great. All right, well, like I said, if you disagree with us, let us know. But in the meantime, if you like our content, make sure you subscribe and make sure you like and turn on the notifications so you can see when we post videos. We post as often as we can. We're going to be trying to post a little bit more often if we can, but we're gonna keep having fun with it.
Yeah, let us know how you like these kind of Monday fun days. I don't think we'll be doing this every week, but every once in a while on a Monday, we may pop out a nice video. Could be a tier list, could be something else if you have any like recommendations of what you want to see us do.
Yeah. Well, as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.